Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. I'm here today to bring you a review for Fairy Tail Manga chapter 459 and 460. Now, I'm just going to talk about them together, but I will give them their separate ratings so you'll know it. So, it's a one video for the price of two. Let's get into it. We see the after effects of Urza versus Azuri, the Desert King. It seems Urza is, well, she's not unconscious, but it seems that she is out of magical power. So we have Natsu who caught her out of the sky, and Wendy is going to go heal her. Fair enough. From here it's downhill. From here, it is literally downhill. It doesn't go downhill fast, it goes downhill pretty slow, but it's downhill. Brandish versus Lucy versus Kana. Apparently Brandish has hay fever, so she goes on a sneezing fit. Kana takes the opportunity to knock her out with one hit or punch, whatever, one something. Brandish got one hit KO'd. Now for me, this is fairly obvious that they're doing this so the plot can go a certain way later, because we find out that they're taking her hostage and bringing her to the Fairy Tail Guild. Moving over to the other 12, to the other one of the 12 dragon, who I'm gonna call Froggy because he does look like a frog to me. He was impressive until the end. Literally till his end, he was impressive. So let me go talk about it now. So first we see him with Grey, Juva, etc. And this is where we first get to see his magic, where he can create clones, weakness clones basically. So he can analyze a person that's in front of him, find out their weaknesses, and then create a clone or a robot or whatever you want to call it to be able to deal with that situation. So that's what he does with Grey, Juvia, and whoever else is there, and then he just leaves. He's going to find Freed so he can break the barrier, and then, you know, more people can come in and rampage. So he finds Freed now, and it's up to Evergreen and other guy to deal with the situation, because Freed can't move while he's using this barrier. Fair enough. So Evergreen and Bisto, they go to fight now, so they end up having to deal with their weakness clones, but they can't beat them. So Freed tells them to go straight for the main guy, and their magic is not effective on him either, and then so they go for their eye magics, and they're not affected either. And why? This is when we find out that Froggy is actually a machine. So they're hopeless now, no chance of winning, and who comes in to hop in to save the day? Ichiya. Man, he comes in to hop in to save the day. What was funny was that we find out that he has too many weaknesses. That was kind of funny. What was convenient was the fact that it seems that now his perfume magic is coming quite as convenient as Urza, where he seems to have a perfume for every occasion. This time he was rocking Thunder perfume. In an attempt to take out these machines, because Froggy is a machine, he attempted to use this Thunder perfume, but it doesn't work because Thunder doesn't work on Froggy. And this was, I was like, yo, I start to think, yo, we finally got a decent 12 dragon. Like, how they gonna beat him if they can't use thunder? And like, he's got this whole weakness magic thing going on. I started to get really impressed with him, so with Froggy. And then the chapter goes on, and then we find out how they can't defeat their own weaknesses, so they're gonna switch up and beat each other's weaknesses. I kind of saw that coming. Fair enough. It wasn't that unpredictable. What my what my problem is that shouldn't each of these clones be not as strong as Froggy, but near enough his strength? But that's me going on some Naruto shadow clone logic. But that is a problem that I did have with the chapter. But yeah, they were able to beat each other's weakness clones, and that just left the main body. Now, Freed has to stay still to keep this barrier activated, and he didn't want to let it go because of the problems in the West. So we find out how Natsu has dealt with the problems in the West. So Freed lets go of his barrier, and then Freed and Ichiya one-shot Froggy. They break him apart. So that is another 12 Spragon done. I was gonna say 3 12 Spragon one-shotted, but Izuri, the desert guy, didn't get one-shotted. But within 2 chapters, we've had 2 one-shots of 12 Spragon. Problems. Was Freed's barrier only protecting the West? Because I'm pretty sure it was the whole of the city. Now that he's released his barrier, what about the 300 ships coming from north, south, and east? I think it was north, south, and east. There's 300 ships coming north, south, and east, and each direction had the equivalent magic power of 312 Spragon. And Warren did say 1 million mages are coming, and he's released the barrier now. Another problem I have, we don't know, no, it has been at least half an hour of Freed using this barrier, so he must have drained a good amount of magical energy, but he had enough to be half of the one shot. Like I said previously, power scaling in this is a mess. A big mess. But I do believe I have said everything I want to say about the 2 chapters. 459. Two-star rating. 460. One and a half star rating. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day. Actually, before I go, just one more thing. If you are watching this and you enjoyed these 2 chapters, please, I'm literally begging you, comment please, because I want to understand how you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, I genuinely feel like this is something that I missed because I don't see how it is possible, because what's so great about, I mean, one shots are good once in a while, but and like it goes back down to the hype really for me. That's what gets me the most, because these 12 Spraggan are supposed to be on the same level as the number one in Ishgar, who's the strongest mage in Ishgar. So these guys shouldn't be one-shotting them, let alone beating them, even if it is a team-up thing. So I generally want to know what is so good, what is so epic about Fairy Tail nowadays. And now you're probably thinking, if I dislike Fairy Tail so much, then why do I read it? Well, it's because I started it. I got in too deep, so I need to know how it finishes. You may notice that there's no anime reviews for Fairy Tail on my channel. That's because I can't deal with these disappointments two times. My heart can't take it. That's why I only stick to the manga. But yeah, guys, if you're watching this and you thought the chapters were good, please let me know why you thought that. Enjoy the rest of your weekends, guys.